I'm Rachel of Inc. Day 3 at the Mosconi Cup. Here with me is the media director for Matchroom Sport, Luke Riches. Hi, Luke. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
How? Explain to the viewers exactly how the event's going so far.
Well, it's a usual Mosconi Cup. I mean, you get one side goes into the lead, the other side catches up, tempers get frayed, things get thrown, people shout, you know, all the usual stuff.
How much are you into it?
Into it, what? It's to enjoyment-wise.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's one of my favourite events that we do. I mean, I've been at every Mosconi Cup since the first one in 1994.
Wow.
And you know, it gets better every year.
Right. Do you play pool?
No, not at all. No.
Right. Okay. I just want to touch on the format a little bit. This year you went from 5 players instead of 6. Last year, it's always been 6 players, correct?
I think in the very early days there was even more than that, but the reason we dropped it to 5 was because over the 4 days, with 6 players, they really don't play enough pool each. You know, some guys might just play one doubles match in a day.
So they're too busy at the casino, and you tend to lose them.
Yeah, well, you know, they're all being paid, but you know, you don't want players just to come here, play one game, and then sit around in the stands for the rest of it. You want them a bit more involved than that, which is why we did it.
Okay, so that touches a little bit on what do the players get for winning and for showing up?
Every player gets an appearance fee of $10,000, and the winning side, each member gets an additional $10,000. So it's 20 if you win,
That's
10 if you lose.
money.
Yeah, it's good money. Yeah, for pool.
Right.
Yeah.
And how do you guys pick the coaches for the European and the USA team? Is it one country that picks, or one person, or how does that happen?
Well, because the Europeans have been really unsuccessful in the event, a couple of years ago we thought, well, we need to try and do something about that. And historically, one of the players was always the captain who tried to make the decisions, but it then put a lot of pressure on them, and they generally then couldn't play that well. So we knew Johan from our pool events, and you know, he's quite a strong personality. He's a top coach. So we talked to him about it, and the players all know him and respect him, and thought, well, let's give it a go. We'll have a guy who's the captain stroke coach, who makes all the decisions and tries to take the pressure off the players.
Yeah, I'm sure it's helping. I mean, it takes away the fact that they have to think about the strategy.
Absolutely,
and all that, the lineups.
Yeah. They just get told, you know, you're playing then, and that's what they do. But I mean, last year we didn't have an American captain, and Johnny did it, and I think he felt a bit of pressure, and I think we talked to them afterwards, and they felt they'd like to do the same thing. So we talked to some of the players about who they'd like to have, and really Kim was like a natural choice because they all know him, they all respect him, and he's played in the event a few times, so he knows what it's all about.
How many fans do you think Europe brings over every year? Because honestly, we're on USA ground, we're on American soil, and it seems that the fans, it's equal.
I mean, the European fans, how many are there here? I don't know.
Diehards.
Probably 60, maybe 50. I don't know. But they make a noise, you know.
They do. They're very passionate.
You know, sport in Europe, you know, football stuff like that. People make a noise. It's just what the sport's about, and they bring that with them to the Mosconi Cup, and I think it's really helped the team. You know, it really lifts them when they know there's people singing their names, and the American fans, you know, they give it a go, but I don't think there's any great tradition of singing in the crowd and stuff like that.
Okay, so there was a new rule this year with 3 balls having to pass the head string, and if you make a ball on the break, then only 2 balls besides the cue ball have to pass the head string.
Yeah.
It's come into play quite a bit this year. Why did you guys put this rule into effect?
I mean, what's happened over the last few years is the soft breaks come to dominate 9 a little bit, and with the balls racked in their traditional position, the wing ball flies in every time. So in the end, the breaks wasn't really much part of the game because it was just a formality that the player will break, ball goes down, you know, easy shot on the 1 ball, that sort of thing. So because the Mosconi is an invitational event, we're not really bound by any particular rules. So as long as we have the consent of both teams. So what we did was we moved the rack up.
The 9 balls on the spot.
Yeah,
right?
so the wing ball doesn't go in. Put a break box in, and then decided that 3 balls must go past. And if you've watched it this week, you'll see that the matches are really about pool, not breaking.
Right, and is this a trial period for that rule, or is this a set in stone for the rest of the Mosconi Cup days?
Yeah, I mean, we'll give it a go at our next event, which will be in June. With the World Pool Championship, that's harder because you're really much more bound to the WPA rules, which state where the balls must be racked.
Right.
But in our invitation events, yeah, we're going to do this, I think.
All right. Well, thank you for giving our viewers a little insight.
Good.
I appreciate it, Luke. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
And we wish the European team good luck tomorrow.
Yeah,
I know you're a diehard fan.
It's going to be tough for them, I'm sure. But you know, this is as close as they've come for a long time. And
I know. And last year being a tie,
Yeah.
Makes it a little bit even more interesting
Yeah.
because
Well,
it's
they're in
almost
the
like a
same-
push. There should be double the prize money this year.
I mean, they were in the same position last year. They had a lead going into the last day and managed to sort of blow it at the end.
Right.
So they've obviously learnt by that experience, we hope. But I mean, it's good for the event. You know, for the USA win it every year,
Right.
the general interest in the event tends to lessen because it's a formality. So, you know, for the event itself, we do really need the Europeans to win.
One quick question before I let you go. Last year was a tie at 12-12. Tell the difference in format from last year to this year. So I know there's no more ties. It's a race to the best of
Yeah.
21, race to 11.
Yeah.
Well, what was it last year?
Last year, for some reason, we brought in the concept of a tie, which is what they have in the Ryder Cup Golf, which is what the event's more or less modelled on. And you know, in hindsight, we thought that having a tie just wasn't a great idea, so we sort of scrapped it.
So you had this idea to have a tie, and then it actually happened?
Then it actually happened. The first time ever it happened.
That's amazing.
And you know, in hindsight, what you wanted when it got to 11 all, you wanted the captains to send their two best players out for a singles
Right,
match. And then
there's
for
no
the- to work-
satisfaction. There's no
No.
satisfaction in not having a victor.
No, the Americans sort of retained the cups, but they didn't actually win it, and so you know, we tried it and didn't work. So
Right.
we do that. You know, we try things, and if they don't work, we don't use them again.
Right.
So,
Well, I love the fact that there's definitely going to be a victor this year. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, there will be one
Thank you.
or the other.
Thank you so much. There you have it, folks. Tune in tomorrow for more scoop from day 4 of the Mosconi Cup. Check out InsidePOOLmag.com and iTunes for more billiard news. I'm Rachel LeBink, and may your slate roll straight.